In this video, I'm going to show you how to place the rear interior door handle on this Lexus IS250. We'll have to take the door panel apart for this, so let's get started. Up by the door handle, this cover needs to be removed, so use a pocket screwdriver and pop it out from the back. This exposes a Phillips head screw that we have to take out. Now this window switch panel actually comes right up and out with a plastic trim tool. Pry it up from the front and the back, flip it over, and disconnect the electrical connector. Underneath that switch, you'll see a Phillips head screw. You could use a Phillips head or a 10mm socket and remove it. Okay. Grab the door panel from the bottom, pull it out, and that'll pop out all the push clips that hold it on. Now push the door panel up and unhook it. Now remove the door handle and lock cables, pop them out and unhook them. And then the electrical connector for the tweeter. Now let's pop up this weather stripping. I have a pry bar. You could use a flathead. Basically stick it in, and what will happen is the end of the locking clip will be pushed in, and then you can pry it right up and out, and that's how you'll be able to unlock this. There we go. We'll do the same over here. All right, this is all we have to do. Now we can get to the hardware. However, before we remove that, we're gonna have to remove the tweeter speaker. I'm gonna pry this locking tab out of the way and lift it up. Be careful not to damage it. Just gonna flip this out of the way. Now let's start removing some hardware. We do have to remove this metal bracing here because it covers the door handle. With a Phillips head screwdriver, take all 3 screws out. And now, take the 5 screws holding the door handle onto the door right out, and then we'll pull the door handle out. And there it is. Reinstall the door handle. Press it on, make sure it's all lined up, and now let's fasten it down with the 5 screws. Don't tighten these up too much. They're going into plastic, so you don't want to strip that out. Okay, place this back on. Reconnect the tweeter, just press it in. Make sure that's secured. And put the 3 screws back on for this metal bracket. And reinstall the weather stripping. Perfect. Reattach the cables to their mounting points and then snap them in to the door panel. And plug in your tweeter speaker. Now take the door panel and pull it or push it up and over this lip of the door and then push it down. With all the push clips lined up, push the door panel on so that it can lock in with all the clips. Now reinstall this screw to mount the door panel. Snug it up, and then we'll put the window switch on. Of course, plug it in first. Make sure that clicks, and then line up the rear tab with that hole and the front tab with this hole. Make sure they're even before you press it down so they don't break. Lock that into place. And now the screw in the door handle. Snug that up, but be careful how much you tighten it. It goes into plastic and it's very easy to strip that out. And if you do, it's not going to hold on very tight. And of course, last but not least, the cap. The job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.